Hello, and welcome to Ultimate General Civil War. So I'm going to go ahead and, first of all, get rid of my generals and colonels so that I can get a whole bunch more of them. Then what will happen is I will get colonels who have a lot of experience, or maybe even brigadier generals who will become division commanders in 2nd Corps. And these colonels will go into new units and should be enough to give me a unit perk. So the whole effort of all of this is really just to get as many colonels as possible. And hopefully at some point, lieutenant colonels will be able to give me my first unit perk. I mean, this is the Confederate Army. So I want to have 3 tiers of units. My top tier units, which will only get the absolute best men in the Army poured into them. They're not going to take any raw recruits. And then a 2nd tier, which will be like 2-star units. And then the rest of the Army. So the raw manpower pool can be driven up. The numbers can be driven up by simply dissolving good soldiers into the manpower pool and driving up the average numbers, which means you then don't need quite as low ranking an officer to get the, or quite as high ranking an officer to get the unit perk. So basically that's what I'm doing. So yeah, and what I'm doing is based on the number of weapons that I have. I'm building units to empty out the manpower pool with as many free weapons as I possibly have without spending any money. And this is where weapons from reputation are really valuable, because even if they're 42s or palmettos, they're free. So they allow you to empty out the manpower pool at no cost. But man, capturing weapons really makes that a lot easier. You know, I don't know what it is. As soon as I hit the record button, and go like 2 days without the sound of anything in the background. I hit the record button, an ambulance or a police car or a fire truck goes by the house. I mean, it's like absolutely guaranteed. My neighbor's going to mow the yard. You know, construction work is going to start. I don't know what it is. If you ever go into recording videos, you'll find this to be true. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm pouring good units by emptying out the manpower pool. I could then take, my top tier units and consolidate them without putting raw recruits into the Army. So if that makes sense. So let's see, what do I have? Well, I can buy some Lorenzes. I want my best units to be not only good units, but also very well armed. So I have an infield and 2 Lorenzes. And yeah, these guys are good. So for this point in the campaign, very happy with this. And I'm going to keep doing this. Keep pouring my best soldiers into my best units. And yeah, in my last campaign, and this works too, if you're not taking many losses, you just pour raw recruits into your best units. And what happens is, say you gain, I don't know, I'll just make something up, 10 efficiency during the battle, and then you lose 5 efficiency when you pour raw recruits. It's still a gain of 5, and your unit just gets better and better up until some point where it maxes out. And what I'm doing here is I'm putting lieutenant colonels in because I want to create colonels. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We want to build as many colonels as possible. And of course we want to bring in as many divisions as possible because we want to get that fixed XP for the division, which is just, free, basically. Free XP for one officer just for being there. And I'm going with stamina. I mean, I'm thinking about this as I go along. What perk do I want to have? Well, I think that for the units that start, you start with 6 units in the next battle. Stay alert. 5 of them could have morale, which would give you +5 efficiency. One of them needs stamina. The guy who's defending your flank against skirmishers and cav. And then for your troops that are coming into the battle, you definitely want stamina. Those guys have a very long way to go, and as soon as they get online, the battle's over. Yeah, so you want them to get there as quickly as possible. And as you can see, these guys are going to have mostly 42s, I think. So when I built this army, what I did was I set down total number of men in the army, and I want the 6 units to have the max number, which is 2,000. And the reinforcing units that come in, just however many men I have left divided by 4, because you get 4 units. So yeah, and the math worked out exactly how the math worked out. Yeah, that guy is not good enough, so we have to... I'm moving guys around because I'm checking efficiency. If the efficiency, it gives you any kind of red text, you need a better commander in that unit. So I'm moving guys around to make sure I don't have any red text in the efficiency bar. So I want these guys to be lieutenant colonels if at all possible, and then yeah, I want to get all my best lieutenant colonels into this to turn them into colonels, but we still have to have no red in the efficiency bar at all. So that's what I was doing there. So all that looks good. So I have Enfield, 2 Lorenzes, Mississippi, 2 Mississippis, and a Palmetto. Okay. Yes, sir. Another Palmetto. So yeah, you get 6 initially and then 4 reinforcements, and it works out to be 1,500 each, and then I have 27 left over, and I just put it in the first unit, and that's fine. So everybody gets stamina. Yeah, I was able to put a lieutenant colonel there. Can I do it here? Yeah. To my surprise, I can put lieutenant colonels in there. And no more lieutenant colonels. Can't even buy any. But that's good. So we'll just keep that colonel. So yeah, as I'm looking at the video, putting in my worst colonel is definitely the right decision. I'm kind of surprised I went back and did that. But I thought about it at the time. As I was watching the video, I was actually thinking I should put the worst colonel there so that it can get a little bit better, so that it absolutely is able to take a green unit next time and start that unit with a star. That's the whole point. So all of these units will be able to take a green unit of raw recruits next time and start that unit with a unit perk. So that's the goal. That's 10 officers. So this guy, where did he come from? Oh, I think I know why. I put that guy to the side for some reason when I was building these units. This guy's a little bit better than he should be. Um, yeah, he has 42s. And you bring 11 units, not 10, to this battle. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you bring 11 units, not 10. So, but I'm not really sure. When I was doing this, I wasn't sure how many would come because I'm not sure if Pandakraut's mod fixes this. And then I decided to spend some more money, which is money well spent, I think. Because what this means is that all my troops that come in the initial phase will all have at least Mississippis, which is very good. And then I have 2 Palmettos, and the guys who just have the officers' names are 42s. So, yeah, pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with this build out. I'm showing you all the units. You can see the officers and the efficiency. This is a pretty good army, and I made what I think is very good use of the officers available. And yeah, pretty happy with it. And I'll see you in the next battle. Thanks for watching.